Texas, crying for me, crying for
Hey y'all,
me.
welcome back. You're listening to This with Krish show, where I like to talk mostly about faith, family, freedom, and culture. And then I like to mix in random everyday parenting or marriage moments as well. Today I'm talking about one of those more random moments, okay? So today I'm talking about the Texas State Fair. The one, the only, the biggest, the boldest, and apparently now it's also the most expensive family outing outside of Disney World. So let's get into it. So this past Monday, my kids had fall break or whatever, so we went to the Texas State Fair. Let's take a trip down memory lane first, though, right? So picture this, back in 2019, right? Life was simple. My wife, son, and I still lived in good old Atlanta, Georgia. TikTok was mostly still kids dancing. Eggs were $1.50 a dozen. So in September of 2019, I flew my wife and son out here to Dallas because I would work here pretty frequently at that point of my career. And while we were here, we visited the Texas State Fair for the first time. And coincidentally, about 6 months later, we officially moved to Dallas, Texas. Anyway, so my son was about a year old. He was already kind of like a little adult. Maybe that's a whole other episode as well. But he couldn't enjoy it. We thought, why not? Let's just go to the biggest fair in the country. So we went. We parked. We walked. We saw Big Tex standing there with that creepy, slow-moving head. If you know, you know. And he had a booming voice that sounds kind of like Morgan Freeman's cousin on a sugar high. Howdy, folks. And I'm like thinking to myself, why does this big, tall statue dude like blink and he's kind of like buffering all the time? Anyway, it was awesome, right? The smell of funnel cake, smoked turkey legs, everything fried, fryer oil that's probably been there since the Clinton administration. It was magical though. It was family, it was fun, it was the most Texas thing we'd ever experienced up to that point. Fast forward, right? We moved here to Dallas in 2020. And since then, we've gone 3 other times, right? 3 separate years. The only year we've ever skipped was last year. And in that time, right, in the last 5 years, I've had the honor of actually meeting and speaking on stage with both the CEO and the CMO of the Texas State Fair at different events through Dallas. They're incredible people. Honestly, I loved hearing their commitment to the community, to the scholarships, to the fair park. I mean, it's real, right? The fair isn't just rides and deep-fried Oreos. It generates hundreds of millions of dollars for the local economy every year. We're talking about between $560 to $680 million in economic impact in North Texas. Funds youth programs, seasonal jobs, creates tourism in Dallas like nothing else. So yeah, they talked a lot about community, and I believe them. But this year, I also believe they were robbing me blind. All right, so let's talk numbers, because what's going on? We went this year, okay, family of 4, this past Monday, and we parked, we paid for entry, we bought tickets, and after about 4 hours, we were just exhausted. It was also 90 plus degrees outside. And somehow, okay, wait for it, we had spent over $600, okay, in 4 hours. Now, I'm not saying I expected it to be cheap, but that's quite literally Disney money, right? Minus the princesses and the fireworks, and all we really got were clogged arteries from all the fried goodness there. And here's the part that really messed with me, right? Is the ticket conversion. You have to get these little tickets instead of paying like money or cash or whatever at the booths. You have these little tickets. 2 years ago, the conversion, it was 2 tickets for $1, right? Easy math. So if you spend $100, you get 200 tickets. Okay, so back then, that means prior to last year, because we didn't go last year, a soda was $6. Sorry, 6 tickets, $3. A souvenir cup was 12 tickets, or $6, right? You get the math. This year, the soda was 8 tickets, equivalent to $8, because it was only 1 for 1 this year. souvenir cup, like this bad boy right here, 14 tickets, so $14. This is $14. Something that, I'd probably just forget in the car. Not anymore. Oh, and by the way, like here, this souvenir cup, like I'd probably have to pass it down as a family heirloom because it was so darn expensive. Now, I may not be a math genius, but the math ain't mathing, you guys, right? That's a 300% increase on the soda and 133% increase on the cup. And inflation nationwide is roughly between 15 to 30%, right? So either they're deep frying their dollar bills too, or someone at the ticket booth needs to explain this new Texas math, right? I've heard of Common Core. This Texas math is off. And apparently I'm not alone, right? If you hop on Reddit or any of the local Dallas Facebook groups, it's like a support group for traumatized fairgoers. People are saying stuff like, man, these are Disney prices without the Disney memories, right? Another one I read was, I spent $140 and I didn't even win a stuffed animal. Or my turkey leg cost more than my electric bill. I think that's a little far-fetched, but you get what I'm saying, right? And what others are saying. I get it. Vendors are saying food costs and labor costs have gone up. And that, while that's true, but when a soda costs $8 and your fried Oreo is flirting with double digits, that's not inflation, you guys. That's imagination. Here's a tough question, right? Is the Texas State Fair still about community and fun? Or has it become one of these big money grab schemes just hiding and disguised in cowboy boots? I don't know. Because look, I love what the fair represents, right? It's Texas history, it's family tradition, it's agriculture, music, and literally everything fried, games and roller coasters and what have you. But if the average family is spending $400 to $600 for, half a day, that's not community access, right? That's economic exclusion. I mean, guys, like a turkey leg shouldn't require a payment plan. And before anyone says, but Krish, the fair is a nonprofit. Yeah, I know that, right? Their own reports, right, show their, massive economic impacts. Then they reinvest profits into scholarships and local jobs and maintaining that whole Cotton Bowl area. And I respect that. But somewhere between that mission and these prices, something's not adding up. Something got lost. So here's my takeaway, right? I still personally love the Texas State Fair. It's iconic. It's fun. It's part of what makes Dallas, Dallas. Okay? Especially when they have the OU Texas game in the middle of the Texas State Fair. That's pretty, it's wild and crazy busy out there. But I hope truly that next year, the folks at the Texas State Fair remember what has made it special just even a few years ago. The affordability, the family vibe, the accessibility. Bring back that magic. Keep the mission, but maybe, just maybe, stop like charging luxury steakhouse prices for deep fried butter. All right. So again, another super short episode today. If you've been to the State Fair this year in Texas, I want to hear from you, right? What was your I just paid, what for this, moment, right? Whether you've been to any state fair, drop a comment. We like to, mix in truth and humor and faith in everyday life on this show. So be mindful of that as you comment. Until next time, I'm Krish. This with Krish show. And remember, if you're paying $8 for a soda, it better come with a stock option. Now catch new episodes quite literally every day on Spotify and YouTube. Search This with Krish Show. Don't forget to follow, comment, rate on Spotify, and share with a friend who loves Texas-sized stories. So, I love you guys.